Hey there, welcome to HoboRec Recording Studios. Today we're going to have a look at another plugin. This one is called the 1178. A couple of years ago, I quit using UAD plugins. It was because I was traveling a lot. I wanted to be able to just work on my laptop without having to plug any electricity and stuff in. So just open up the laptop and start working. And I couldn't do that with a UAD. So I took the hard decision to just ditch all those plugins, even though I really liked them. And the ones I used the most were probably the LA3A and the 1176 plugins. And I have actually been looking for a good FET compressor like the 1176 since then. I've been eyeballing the Arturia a bit, but I haven't gotten around to try them. And recently I saw that Pulsar Audio came out with 1178. I actually reached out to them and asked if I could have a review copy of the plugin, and I got a 1-year trial license to try it out, and I have used it now for a while. I will probably have to buy it after this year is done. This is like a stereo version, but the plugin is really smart. It knows if you put it on a mono track or a stereo track. So depending on which one you choose, the plugin will look as a mono plugin or as a stereo plugin. And it also has some modern features with sidechaining and frequency analyzer, so you can really hone in and do what you want to do with it. It also has some coloration, like overdrive features, to give some more character to your sounds. So I just want to show you a little bit what it can be used for, so let's dive into it. So I'm revisiting an old project here with a band called M40, and the first and most obvious thing to try a compressor like this would be probably the drum bus, so let's dive in there. I'm having the attack time set to medium and the release pretty fast, and ratio we're going for 4. With the help of this sidechain EQ, the little high pass, so we don't let the low end of the drums just compress everything. We just leave the kick out and just pull everything else together. Obviously, you can do the all button in trick on this thing too, and that will of course let you crush the drums totally. So next thing we're going for here is the guitar bus, and same thing here. It's kind of a medium, pretty slow attack to keep the initial attacks of the guitar, and fast release to keep the aggressive feeling. But a good thing here is the sidechain EQ. We can boost the frequencies where we have the palm muting to make it react a bit harder to that, so we get a bit more attenuation on the palm mutes than the rest of the playing. And here I also liked the saturation. The warm mode felt like it gave the guitars a little bit more body, which is pretty cool in this case. Yeah, and another place where it was really cool was on the vocal bus. I usually put a lot of like distortion plugins, like the Devil Lock. It's a favorite of mine among others. But the clip version on the saturation thing on this Pulsar 1178 was really cool. I went for a kind of aggressive compression here, a lot of dB of gain reduction. I first tried to keep the attack on really fast, but I felt like I preserved the aggressiveness of the vocals more when I didn't have it that fast. Let's listen to it. I obviously also had to try it on a stereo bus to glue things together a little bit. I also tried to put a little of the tape saturation on it. Got a bit too much, but with using the mix knob on the plugin to have it like a parallel processing, it actually sounded really cool. When I bypass it here, it sounds like it gets a bit lower in volume, which is better than it's just jumping out. So you get a false impression of it sounding better. I think it sounds cool. Another thing to just keep in mind is that the sidechain EQ doesn't affect what's going to the saturation part. So if you high pass the sidechain filter and let the low end go through, the low end will hit the saturation harder and vice versa. So that's just something to be aware of. If I turn the mix up to 100%, you will hear what I'm talking about. Okay, so only one thing left to do. Bypass and engage the plugins on all the elements at the same time. Yeah, that's it. Pretty cool plugin, right? I think it's really easy to work with, mainly because I'm really used to working with 1176s here in the studio, so I know what to do to get what I want to, but it's also a really nice user interface, I think, with a kind of extra stuff that puts the vintage stuff in a more modern use. So thanks for doing that, Pulsar Audio, and thank you for watching this video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button to help me spread these videos. If you've gotten this far, you can at least push the like button. And if you want some more information about me or want to support me in any way, check the description. There is a lot of stuff there. Other than that, see you again next week. Bye bye. Cheers.